Instagram, the word does sound cute, right? Let me change it into scroll, scroll, scroll. How do you feel now? Sounds more nice, isn't it? Now hear this. What if you're scrolling for your own ailment? What if you're scrolling with a third eye watching you? What if you're scrolling for someone else's benefits? What if you're scrolling to be your enemy? Are you confused about what I'm trying to say? Go and check out your Instagram account just for a minute and witness on your own how your time flies. Astonished, isn't it? You haven't thought about the time you are spending each day on that particular app. Speaking of the truth, you are wasting your valuable and most precious time upon engaging yourself in watching someone else's manipulative strategies. Pause and repeat, manipulative strategies. Does that word sound odd to you? If yes, it's never your mistake. You are just being used. Admit it. Before moving forward to know more about how you are being an unknown victim commenced all by yourself, first you want to know about where it all started. Or shall we start from the present scenario? It will be better since history and stories will await us behind. Instagram and present scenario. As we are aware, Instagram is none other than a famous mobile app functioning mainly with the motive to share photos and videos in the name of Reels and IGTV presentations, plus an exclusive chatting app. Photos are something we are very fond of. For being at an occasion, traveling, or just a day out, we like to capture ourselves or our surroundings. But does it end in capturing itself? Doesn't, right? It is necessary to reach the third eye to get our satisfaction fulfilled. And if they reply with a good comment or message, my goodness, we will be flattered enough to be that day much happier for us. Just wait, this sounds pretty good, even though there lies a hidden agenda behind this. Many feel the urge to take pics with a much more realistic touch, clarity, and quality. This paves way to the next issue. Could everyone be in a position to afford this entity? Does everyone possess the best quality phones to capture the best moments in front of their eyes? The answer is always no. Not everyone can afford to pay the best price to grab the best phone or have a camera. So there comes a necessity to ensure the outcome of good quality photos. And our alternative is what? Yes, Insta gives us a feature to create the best photo by applying filters to the original one, which will make it a better one. But in the present scenario, it doesn't matter much. Because of the arrival of high-quality camera phones and cameras, the pictures that are getting uploaded change to a higher level than usual. This created a rivalry between Instagram users to upload better pictures than others. If they don't meet the so-called standards, they may get bullied or crucified, and it may even lead to depression, homesickness, and life-threatening practices. Don't be surprised, this is the actual reality happening in and around our neighborhoods day by day. Now, Instagram has officially been listed as the cause of death by a coroner in a case involving a 14-year-old girl named Molly Russell, who died by suicide. In his testimony as the coroner, Walker concluded that Russell's death couldn't be ruled a suicide. Instead, he described her cause of death as an act of self-harm while suffering from depression and the negative effects of online content. Similar situations are reported in our own country too. A girl named S.H. Swetha, a third-year BCom student in Tamil Nadu's Chengalpattu, committed suicide, and the reason was found to be Instagram. Swetha and her family were at home watching TV on the night of June 6, 2021, when her family members began to wind down and go to bed. Swetha was looking at her phone and remained in the living room with her grandmother while everyone else went to sleep. Later that night, at approximately 11:30 p.m., her grandmother, who had fallen asleep in front of the TV, woke up to find that Swetha wasn't there anymore. Panicked, the rest of the family was woken up, and they searched for Swetha. But it was too late. The young woman, who was last seen alive at about 10:30 p.m., was found dead at 3:30 a.m. If we are digging out more, we can find out the vast majority of deaths, mostly suicide, arising from long-lasting depression which have a sole reason, none other than Instagram. So one should understand the hard reality of how Instagram is changing from a photo-sharing app to one of the deadliest apps. Now let us move back to the time when Instagram did become alive. The beginning of a game changer. Aka, Instagram. The beginning and end of this game changer are tied to a single person, the one and only Mark Zuckerberg. As we know, he invented Facebook just by working under a roof without much guidance or support. Later, as Facebook was functioning merely upon several colleges, he wished to expand the chain. Thus, he approached a boy named Kevin to do the photo sharing feature on Facebook. As though it was one of the best offers he had ever had, due to the words of his mentor and colleagues, he dropped the invitation. Later, at the end of his final year of study, he joined as an intern at Twitter and soon shifted to Google as a marketing officer. Unfortunately, he did drop that too. In total, he refused to work at 3 well-reputed and highly paying companies and joined a startup department named Next Stop. The answer to your amusement why he left these millionaire jobs concludes with a passionate answer. He intended to build something innovative where they can share their pictures with the world. This idea came into reality when he was working under Next Stop, and he developed an app named Bourbon. Are you thinking of why you hadn't heard this name before? Are you willing to know more of the story of how Bourbon paved the way to the revolutionary Instagram? Let's take a break. Not a break, just a diversion. Because you need to know something more important now before knowing more about Bourbon. So before we move further, let's talk about how Instagram works. How Instagram works. Instagram uses an algorithm to decide which posts appear in your feed and in what order. Have you ever felt like Instagram can know your inner feelings, such that it shows you the feed following your current mood? They even developed a saying that, whatever our situation is, after opening Instagram you would see at least one post related to your mood at that moment. This is all related to the data you give within your phone. The data you provide is the food for the AI, such that they check your scrolling method, scrolling time, the time you invest on the app, the accounts you frequently stalk on, the posts you react upon, your location, details of yourself, and the matters you search through search engines. These all data add on to your personality and wishes so that they could provide you with what your interest means. Talking about the algorithm, while the exact details of the algorithm are a closely guarded secret, it's known that it takes into account factors like the accounts you interact with the most, the type of content you engage with, and the time of day you're most active on the platform. Next, let's talk about Instagram's business model. While the app is free to download and use, it makes money through advertising. Brands pay Instagram to feature their products in sponsored posts or ads that appear in users' feeds. Instagram also has a feature called Instagram Shopping, which allows businesses to tag products in their posts and make them available for purchase directly through the app. Now we can move back to history, to the story where we stopped, the story of the Bourbon into Instagram. So for your curiosity about why you haven't known about Bourbon earlier, the answer is simple. It wasn't a successful venture. It was merely a photo-sharing app with lots of technical issues. All the benefit that the app produced is the acknowledgement of getting to know more about what people are doing, where they are going, staying, and whatever is related to them can be revealed by the photos they share. The user interface was so confusing, and the users found it to function with much difficulty. The design of the app was also not quite appealing to the eye. The brown and red shade wasn't the best choice to gain attraction, so their customers did start to decrease day by day. Initially, they had around 100 users, but users need something easy to work with. Since they couldn't provide it, no one was interested in moving with the app. Then comes the turnover. As in every story, at the exact hard time, an angel appears. Here the angel was at a party. In the USA, from the early years, they initiated startups, mainly focusing on tech areas. And yes, they hosted a party intending to meet with ideators, so that even if they agree to one of the best ideas to initiate a startup, in the future they could be owners of billions. It is where Kevin met someone and introduced his Bourbon idea. As one of the members of Silicon Valley tech startups was convinced by the idea, they agreed to sponsor his work. Hearing this, another investor got interested and offered Kevin around $250,000. Hearing this, the previous investor did reach a necessity to increase their set of money and decided to give $250,000 itself. So in total, Kevin managed to get around $500,000 within a single night. So now Kevin has the money. But that doesn't make it work. The serious issue persisted within the app. He was in quest of someone so he could make a co-partner. At last, he contacted his old friend from Stanford and existing Bourbon user, Mr. Mike Krieger. After talking to Mike and realizing the need to fix the app as soon as possible, they decided to talk to several users so they can get an idea of what's the problem with the app. Most of them replied as they are unaware of the exact methodology of this app. They neither cared about the check-in features nor the virtual prizes. They solely enjoyed having the feature of photo sharing. So they got to know the problem and opted to stick on to only photo sharing and get rid of all the other confusing features. After the prototype did complete, they still felt the void of missing something. As people were so adamant to look at themselves pretty always, they needed an app to make themselves more beautiful. After realizing the taste of people's Bourbon, added filters to the app, thanks to Kevin's photography skills, and rebranded it as Instagram, the mixture of the words instant and telegram. As they launched the app through app stores and Play stores, within a month they got to have around 1 million users. This turned out to be a success along with an ailment. This was the sum up of the easy the app remained, where they get to click a photo and share it out the world, and acted like a 2-in-1 combo. As we know, some gets when two numbers are added. Here, along with the best photo sharing feature, the timing was a factor for the greater success of achieving more people, because this app eventually became an aid in need for those not having an iPhone. But still, the problem was, Instagram had only 4 workers including Kevin and Mike. They couldn't manage this rush, so the app got jammed. Later on, this condition got worse than previous. Many sets of celebrities joined Instagram along with the likes and photo sharing, and many fake IDs were born into the picture. This made the team expand from the existing 4 to a wider number of 13 ones. This was in the year 2012, 2 years after the app got launched. So now the problem got fixed, but the story doesn't end there. The takeover of the shark makes it more deadliest. As Instagram fixed all the issues users arose and got thriving on reaching more users, Kevin became a celebrity himself with the tag of being a CEO of a revolutionary app. He was invited to more parties, where many people met them, and even half of them were unknown to Kevin, as indeed they were celebrities. But Kevin always was stern about his decision on telling these celebrities to present themselves for a thought marketing purpose, and it was stated in the guidelines to not engage in self-promotional videos. But Instagram moved into another phase, which no one was thinking of. It started to be a market where people get to know about more products. Clearly, with monetization, many people encouraged the usage of many products. Many of them kept the secret of getting paid, and this made people think that this was a genuine product. Along with this, Instagram wasn't getting monetized. This was only because they didn't know how to utilize ads, and it was they who decided which picture to get trending or which celebrity should come in the feed first. They managed the trending list, so it was them who controlled who came in first of everyone. All this changed when he got new offers to sell Instagram. First, it was Twitter, who pursued Kevin to give them Instagram. But Kevin had known what he wanted and refused it. Yet he said yes to his next offer, an offer that gave Kevin $1 billion of money. It was none other than Mark Zuckerberg himself. Kevin sold Insta for one condition: Instagram should work independently without Facebook's intervention. And Mark did agree to this. No one, including Mike, expected this, and many users raised their inconvenience on joining Facebook, since they trusted that Facebook can't give the privacy Instagram did give. Right now, that was too changing. In truth, the guidelines of Instagram changed several times, and it even came up with a statement that encourages people to sell their photos without any notification or justification. Sooner or later, Instagram changed its face to something different from what it existed. As Kevin thought while selling the app, the Facebook team could help Instagram in their ad management, and it happened as he thought. Instagram developed an ad management algorithm and changed the system of choosing which ad to appear in front of. Here started the changing of Instagram along with our lives, from the color of the like button to its shape, to the notification you get and the accounts you stalk on. Everything is a pure sort of manipulation. The backplay of Instagram. Have you ever thought of how Instagram makes money? Other than the funding they receive, what's the next source of its money? Yes, it's none other than advertising. While the app is free to download and use, it makes money through advertising. Brands pay Instagram to feature their products in sponsored posts or ads that appear in users' feeds. This is the sole reason why you gotta see many accounts that you are not even following on Instagram in your daily feeds. As you can observe, it's changing day by day. Our user interface can detect our tastes or choice, so they could filter the content they are appealing to showcase before you. Instagram also has a feature called Instagram Shopping, which allows businesses to tag products in their posts and make them available for purchase directly through the app. Rather than shopping and ads, they come to the next source of flame, who are the influencers. Influencers are users with large followings, who often partner with brands to promote products or services. While it may seem like influencers have it made, the reality is that maintaining a successful Instagram account requires a lot of hard work and dedication. Influencers often spend hours a day creating and editing content, engaging with their followers, and collaborating with brands. But their toiling is worth the time, since they could create a large fan base, through whom the distribution and promotion of the content are done. Furthermore, there are much darker aspects of the app, which we are unaware of, but no more. Before revealing it, let me ask you something. How many among you have been cyberbullied before? How many of you got victimized by the act of plugs? This word isn't familiar to you, right? Plugs, just as the word means, is the name given to a set of people who are connected to Instagram, but not in an authentic way, but in a negative way. How many of your accounts have been deactivated without any particular or provoking reason at all? Hundreds and lakhs of people daily become the prey for their hacks. Actually, what they do is create a duplicate account the same as yours and report it as impersonation. Thus, it seems real that you violate Instagram's guidelines. Thus, your account gets deactivated for a set period until the investigation occurs. Are you amazed at how Plug works with the latest update Instagram has put forward? Hey kiddos, they use the 2012 version. And this frames only one side of violating community guidelines. Next comes the actual version of the violation. When you post something that hardly affects someone else badly. While the platform has policies in place to remove content that violates its community guideline, it's no secret that not all inappropriate content is flagged and removed. Instagram has come under fire in the past for failing to adequately address issues like cyberbullying, hate speech, and misinformation. Secrets lie behind. While the app may seem like a simple platform for sharing photos and connecting with friends, there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. Even though Instagram is an app that has over 1 billion monthly active users. While Instagram can be a great place to connect with friends, family, and like-minded individuals, it can also be a breeding ground for cyberbullying, hate speech, and other forms of online abuse. It seems to be the deadliest choice we could make in our lifetime. It solely depends upon the users. If it just means to you as a random social media app to connect people and share photos, it seems to be okay. But if you take it much more seriously, as an app that determines your future and present life, it's your wrong choice of all time. One of the major issues with Instagram is the pressure to present a perfect image to the world. Many users feel the need to constantly post carefully curated and edited photos, leading to a culture of perfectionism and comparison. This can be especially harmful to younger users who may be more vulnerable to the impact of negative feedback or bullying online. In addition to the pressure to present a perfect image, Instagram is also home to several malicious actors who use the platform to harass and bully others. Cyberbullying can take many forms on Instagram, including spreading rumors, sending threatening messages, and posting hurtful comments or photos. This type of abuse can have serious consequences, including low self-esteem, depression, and even suicidal thoughts born into life. The dark side of Instagram doesn't end out there. There happens the proliferation of hate speech and extremist content several times, for several persons. While the platform has policies in place to prevent the spread of such content, it can still be found if one knows where to look. This can be especially concerning for marginalized communities who may be targeted by hate groups, or it can be done by the haters to destroy you to the ultimate level. Despite these issues, there are ways to protect oneself from the dark aspects of Instagram. It's important to be mindful of the content one consumes and engages with, and to report any abusive or harmful behavior to the platform. It's also a good idea to set privacy settings to control who can see one's content, and to block or unfollow accounts that spread negativity. You are being your villain by wasting the most valuable time of your life for the sake of a silly app, which won't give you anything, even an incentive, other than disappointment or a short span of happiness. There is no need to get involved in anything which gives you pain in one way or the other. No one is remembered in our world for their looks and appearances. So choose your decision carefully, and don't be cruel to yourself. Some sets of filters cannot determine your future. Some sets of people can't define your inner beauty. And some sets of people can't destroy you with their words, until or unless you allow them to.